Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello friends, I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes,
In the Wrestling Hand.
that's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello friends, I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes,
In the Wrestling Hand.
that's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
friends, I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. Do you know where we can find that?
Yes,
On the Wrestling Ham.
that's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends, I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. Do you know where we can find that?
Yes,
On the Wrestling Ham.
that's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. Time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorgatron. Yes! Here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
You gotta pause.
I don't pause. That's my intro. I've been doing it for like a decade.
I know.
So I gotta learn how you work. You can learn how I work. This and we find our way in the middle. That's right. Kid Mental is back once again. Whoop! There he is. There he is. There it is, and there's the pile. And I feel bad because I have a giant mess behind you.
I love it.
But I don't care.
This is the
because
best.
You know what? That is a pile of SDI cords that I put back together yesterday.
Over there,
yes,
yeah.
They were dead SDI
They were
cords.
dead.
And I fixed them. Damn it!
Now they're fixed.
I'm very proud of myself. Very proud of myself.
I love it. Here, there you go.
That's it.
Cha-ching.
Or let's go down the line and then we'll introduce our special guest for tonight. First of all, from the pod cave is Dave Podner of the iPhoneography podcast.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. Down here and covered up to stay warm.
Oh my! I did not want. I didn't come into the office till like 5 o'clock. I was like, screw it. I'm staying home. Everything's remote. I'm like logged into my work computer here at the studio, and I'm 3 blocks away. I don't care. I'm out of here. So, also from the Duds Cave is Katie Dutters, our social media extraordinaire.
I gave the good pause. I waited. I knew it.
Thank you.
You did give a good pause.
I knew it was coming.
Awesome. And then our special guest from Grind City TV.
I'm special, Mom. I'm on TV, Mom.
K-Bay, the button pusher. We were just reminiscing from bad decisions past on public television.
This guy's songs, though. I love them. I'm cracking up, man. Hey, I like it. That's awesome. I love that.
It's been a while since we've had you on. I'm looking forward to
man.
catching up with
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
Give me the liner. Give me the real quick liner. What is Grind City? And we'll get deep into it later.
Grind City Media Multimedia Production Studio. We have our own Roku channel, our own radio station, and our own magazine. Looking to expand to try to learn to get into AI and start a nonprofit called Young Grind City so that we can teach the young people how to have good media etiquette skills besides just the technical skills. So
Wow.
There you go.
that's what we do.
You could tell you a grinder because like you already got the this is what she like. If you know this is a grind, this is what I'm saying.
Can we send some pro wrestlers to your media training? Because I think we that would be useful a little bit.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about that last week on Mayhem Show. Maybe a conversation for afterwards. But anyways, this is the AwesomeCast, and we get started with our awesome things of the week. Katie, let's talk about self-defense. Apparently, what's going on?
So one of the things that we're talking about CES stuff, one of the things that came out that is pretty darn cool is it's a smart pepper spray. And it's a company, it's called 444, and they were around before, but now they've partnered with Mace. So what's nice about this is it's quality pepper spray.
Yes.
And
When you
on top...
When you absolutely positively must down your assailant.
Yeah, and so like the cool techie part of this is it has a GPS capability with it. So once you spray the pepper spray, it will send for free. There's a free service and there's a paid service. The free service is it will send your location to whoever like your person is or your contacts are who you want to know if something goes wrong, family member, a friend. And but if you pay, there is a connection to your local authorities or maybe your campus security, but it's a 24-hour emergency hotline.
Wow. Wow.
Interesting.
Nice.
I dig it.
So it's not just it's a step up from just protecting yourself and to actually you may need to get somebody your location. Even they said even if like the charge runs out, it'll still work as pepper spray mace. But yeah, it'll definitely send your location and let people know what's going on and that something's up.
That's dope.
That's functional, and it comes in pink.
Yeah.
It comes in pink and black.
Pink and black.
So,
Black on black on black, baby.
awesome.
While the
So,
monkey
so you'll be replacing your mace.
slings.
Possibly. That's definitely
You know how
cool.
much is it out on the market and how much is it going to be?
No, it's from CES, so they
Oh,
don't
okay.
think they had it looks like it's going to be between $75 to $100.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, considering it's gonna have a GPS in it and everything. How much is? I'm not in the mace market. What does the cost usually run? Like what is probably like a $20?
No, I
thing
think it
or
was like
something?
30 to 50 bucks or something
really?
like that. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like yeah, it's pretty high.
Okay.
It depends on the quality and then who you're purchasing
Yeah,
it from.
yeah, that's true.
Because you can find it pretty reasonable. I think it was like $30 or something on for a couple on Amazon, I believe. But like depending on where you purchase it from and depending on the strength and size of the
Yeah.
what you're carrying.
My guy's a police officer, so I was like, yo, I'm trying to get my daughter's going to college, so I was like, yo, like, let me know what the good ones is. I don't have them right there in front of me, but I did buy her one.
Like, hello, you're my local mace
One of the-
expert.
yeah, exactly, right? I was like, what should I get her? He was like, oh, make sure it's I think Fox. I know that's one of them. That might have been the one I got. I think I found it. I think I might have found it on eBay or something. But it wasn't big, and it was pretty substantial compared to how big it was. But hey, it's worth it. It's your life you're talking about, so you got to get it.
Sure. Absolutely.
And Saber is one of the other brands I think you see a lot
That's right.
out in places. That's the one I carry is a Saber when I use, but that's the one I like that one. It's a good size and like you can flip up. So
You're walking around with the saber.
Yeah.
That seems on brand for you. That's awesome. So that's 444 is the brand. The look
Yes.
it up, right? So
Yes.
are they currently have anything out on the market? Let's see if is it called Mace? Is Mace the brand name or is this like a Kleenex
I think
situation?
Mace is the brand name.
Okay, so I need to type
So the
in.
company is 444, and they're partnering with Mace.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it is
Yeah.
Mace.
No,
Okay.
not Mason Bether. That's back in the 90s.
What?
Yeah, Mason Bether. That was with Puffy Combs.
Oh.
Remember Mace?
Mace
Y'all
with
remember Mace?
Mace with the dollar sign.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I didn't inflect
It's a
the
different.
S.
It was different. Yeah, that's a different one.
It's a little different. Okay. Thank you for keeping us straight.
That was bad.
Oh, we got him all night. We're just starting here. Dave Bonner, what is your awesome thing of the week? I'm sorry, Katie. Was there anything else on that one?
No, that was it.
Okay, Podner, what's your awesome thing of the week?
Okay, now this is one I couldn't find a link for.
Okay.
But with the new car, I have Apple CarPlay as part of it. And I had somewhere to go on Sunday morning, and then Sunday morning around Pittsburgh was a complete mess with the roads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I knew where I was going, but I figured I'll put it in maps. That way, if there's an accident or something shut down, I'll at least be notified so I know how to get around it. And I'm going over the one bridge. I get an audio warning saying, "You're entering a snow squall area. Please be careful as you drive."
Are you using Apple Maps or Waze?
Apple Maps.
Okay.
Apple Maps, yeah. So, and I don't have a special, I know there's special apps for weather when you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just the built-in Maps app.
Mm-hmm.
And it just gave me that audio warning when I was getting near an area. It was like, hey, there were snow squalls in this area. Yeah, may want to be careful. Now, it's one of those 100% chance of rain. You look outside and it's a downpour. You're like, duh.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a nice little feature that I just was not expecting.
I've actually run into this too. Google Maps and Apple Maps I've had on for one reason or another, and I think I've caught like some kind of weather or fog area has been coming up. Of course, we're used to Waze has this, but I think it's starting to go over. Or even like I was surprised. I think I was using Google Maps and it was like, "Hey, you've just entered Pennsylvania," or "Welcome to Pennsylvania," or something, right? and which surprised me, right? Because I'm not used to that, and I cross over in Ohio like at least a couple times a month at this point. So yeah, no. So Apple Maps has been kind of quiet lately, hasn't it? When it comes to those things.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not any kind of changes they're making. They're not really being out in the open about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be changes that they're adding in behind the scenes, but they're not like yelling it. And part of the problem is I think that Apple Maps generally is updated only when they update the OS.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a separate app that can update a lot quicker, which is a bit of an issue. That is a bit of an issue where certain things which are really tight with the operating system for iOS or, CarPlay or, watchOS or all these other things. They're so tightly with the operating system, they can't really update it without having a full-blown update of the whole operating system.
Mm-hmm. And then you get the iOS updates, and there's like, hey, here's everything that's coming, and you don't think to look at like what's happening in Apple Maps or anything like
Exactly.
that. Exactly.
Or the updates are like, this is 15.3.2 general bug features and updates.
Is this your first time using CarPlay?
Yeah.
With the new car?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How are you liking it so far, other than on top of that?
Well, no, I mean, and to me, that's a positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it works good. I don't have a lot of car app specific apps installed.
No, it's really as long as you got a good music player and maps and the fact that like your texting actually kind of works. Right? Like I know you can take a Zoom call in there, or you can take your Audible Connect in there, which is kind of nice. Like anything
Skype,
you listen to.
Same thing with Skype.
Yeah, you can take a Skype call on there.
Microsoft Teams.
It's really nice about not like, hey, watch Netflix on this thing, right? It's not the Tesla does.
For reasons.
I mean,
safety.
It's a nice screen. Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to push my mother to she got a new Subaru, and it's got like the like the wide tall screen. Katie, I think the last rent-a-car we had one of these where it was like that very vertical screen and CarPlay just stuck in the middle of it. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
It looks like that. And she's like, you know, we're driving up home up in the Mercer County, and she listens to K-Love all the time. And I was like, Mom, you have the app. Your services go. It's like, oh, we can make it. And it's fizzing in and out. And I'm like, load your app, please. Load your app at this point. I don't care. Just I can't take the radio fuzz going in and out as you're like 80 miles from Pittsburgh where the station is, right? So she's completely listening on Facebook right now. So,
hi, Mom.
So that was our Christmas. So,
but no, I mean, my screen's more of a horizontal screen.
Nice.
On the new one. So instead of like the Mustang Mach-E, which is vertical, or the Tesla, which is vertical, or like this, it's more of like a, you know, it's a 13. I think it's a 13-inch screen for Apple Play. So for maps, it's great.
I've been really kind of looking at there's ones that you can get that'll just mount on your dash.
Yep.
And just do them. I'm this close to picking one of those up because they start at like $50 for like a 7-inch screen or something. But also, if you get one that's a 7-inch screen, my phone is a 7-inch screen. So, and I'm not gonna hold it in my hand for comparison this week, Katie. So it's just like, what advantage am I getting at that point, right? Yeah. So other than the Bluetooth is getting really wonky in this like 10-year-old car, 10-plus-year-old car. So I kind of don't want to have to yell at Ford Sync anymore to get back on my iPhone. So
yeah, well, that, like you said, that is one thing that I notice is that doing texting or when I'm getting messages in, it reads it to me pretty good.
Yes.
So you get a text and it's like, okay, do you want to respond? You can say yes. It's completely hands-free and you don't really need to look at the screen, which is a big help.
It's amazing for me when I'm in a rental car, just got in there trying to figure out where the nearest In-N-Out Burger is, and somebody's calling me and everybody's catching up because I just got off of a plane and couldn't communicate for the last 3 hours, right? It's it's a godsend for that. And it does seem to do the voice to text a lot better. Than over like again my personal experience with my own Bluetooth. My Bluetooth is just I don't even voice the text because it doesn't know to be in Bluetooth or call mode and it gets stuck in the thing. I've had it stuck where it's playing music over the Bluetooth, like the call line on the Bluetooth that's lower quality, and I can't get it out of there. So again, it's like a 10-plus-year-old system that runs Microsoft. So
yeah, exactly. You know. So yeah, and I mean the thing is the car. Not only is my car new, but the model it's a refreshed model from last year. So I'm dealing with kind of up-to-date software from Kia. So I'm not dealing with, a system that was developed 7 or 8 years ago and there are new models about to come out. So it's a relatively fresh thing. So it works pretty good. Excellent. And just trying to, just get used to what's there and what isn't there. I would say the only negative, and this is weird, it's a wired CarPlay system.
Oh, okay. Honestly, trust me, preferred. The Bluetooth CarPlays get real weird, and like we've had like the
adapter.
Type thing? No, because if a Bluetooth said like I'll set up a Bluetooth with a rental car, and we've gotten to the points where like the map was breaking up because it's pushing the data from the phone. So I stay wired. If you can plug into a CarPlay, I personally recommend it. It may be better on newer cars and newer phones collectively, but
wired generally is better. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, we got to move on here. Kid Mental, what is your awesome thing?
Didn't I send it to you?
I got some pictures. Okay. Yes, I got some pictures.
It's what is it? Google.
I'm just like I thought you accidentally sent me like a report from work or something when I saw this in my text.
No. It's pretty cool because what is it? The 2020 or 21 did I start that? I sent you two because the one tells you the first date that I took the survey.
Yeah. So what am I looking at?
It's a Google. So I started in 2020. So I was like 3 years. So that's like $100 a year or $100 and something a year per year. That's $388.27. And This is Google Rewards, I think, or Opinions. Google Opinions or Rewards or
I
something
think it's
like
opinions. That's what came up when I hit the
okay.
link. Yeah.
Okay. So like you can use your iPhone too, and since these the dollars go to my Google Play Store. So like, yeah, it's 300 something digital dollars, but I mean, I bought books with this. Like I got audio books for it. So like, I'm like loving my audio books, and it was free. I didn't have to pay for anything, but maybe upload a couple of receipts here or there, and or actually like give a survey. And a lot of times, the surveys are basically like where you've been. So it tracks where you go. And like if you were at a store or something, or next to a store, there's like, oh, did you go to the store? And you're like, yes, I went to the store. Or you're like, no, I don't even know what store you're talking about. And they'll still give you money. Like they were like, here's 10 cents for telling me you didn't go to a store. Right?
So is this like I know I get reminders from submitting photos and things like that, like on Google Maps. Is this like in addition to that, or
no? It's just a total separate thing that they're just trying. It seems like what they're doing is because they're trying to expand their projects and apps and things like that. They're probably trying to get into the consumers' habits, basically. And it's like, hey, did this happen? Like that's a physical thing that happened, but then they have digital things that happen. So say I'm on YouTube and I ask and I'm looking for a certain specific thing, then I'll get a notification that says, hey, did you go to YouTube to look for this person? And you're like, no or yes. And a lot of times it's because my kids were like hooked to my stuff, so they're on like Chrome or something, and they happen to use my thing, and it says, hey, did you see Wibble Wobble Wobble? And I'm like, what is Wibble Wobble Wobble? And then I look at it and it's like it's some random cartoon or something, and they're like, did you see this before? And I'm like pretending like, yeah, sure, I've seen it. But no, it's just trying to help them with their products to try to see what's better for a consumer. And for $388, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's free money, you know what I mean?
You out here swagging with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, Google's already getting the information from us anyway, and they might as well pay us directly for it.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
They're just trying to make sure
Just see
their
if you
their
like
information.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to log in with my personal account. It keeps telling me that a workspace account is not allowed.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
like,
use your workspace
I'm not.
account.
I'm trying not to. I don't know if it keeps.
Well,
thinking
I think
am.
part of the problem is Sorg has so many accounts. It's
Well,
hard
it's
Yeah.
just my
Where's your
Gmail is separate.
Yeah, sure it
and,
is.
and that should be
Is that why
fine.
it's still coming up works?
Do I have my PayPal set up? I'm just gonna have to try this later then.
Now, PayPal works fine. I have this app too.
Mm-hmm.
And since July of 21, I've gotten $170.
Nice. Do I want to turn on notifications? Is this a bad idea? That's
It
probably,
doesn't matter.
No,
There
you
we
want
go.
it on.
You
want it on.
You
yeah.
do want it on.
Oh, it did log me in. It just got me in. I was in a loop. I think I was in a loop.
The notifications will just pop up and say, hey, by the way, you have a
Something
survey.
went
Do you
wrong.
want to take
Something
one?
went wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
good.
on the Apple, they send you like PayPal or something. Is that how it hooks up, right?
That's what I selected.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, it's.
Fuck, you have no history.
I have no history.
I wonder why.
I don't
I
exist.
just wonder.
I don't exist. All right, we'll play with that later. It'll
You
notify
are
me, I'm
not
sure.
here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sorg,
There's other.
Sorg's not here, man.
You
You are
got
not
Bing.
here.
Bing does it too. Like
Yep.
every time you do a search, then they give you some points. And I've probably like I have my son doing it, and I'm like, dude, as soon as you get $5, we'll just put it in your Amazon and we'll buy
That's,
something.
the Bing actually links to, because if you have Game Pass, you got rewards that build up too. And I always build up to like a $5 credit and then go pick like
It's
a
on your
game that's
Game
on
Pass? I
sale.
didn't even
yeah,
know that.
yeah. Like
Oh, that's pretty
Game
cool.
Pass and Bing, I think it's all the same Microsoft points.
Okay.
So it all kind of builds together.
Okay.
So and if you have Game Pass, you get points for just like you logged in, you opened the app for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, you opened the app for
Yeah,
5
yeah,
days
yeah.
straight. Like,
And then there's like little
and then-
quizzes.
yeah, well, and there's quizzes, and there's also like go load up this game and play long enough to get like this achievement, collect this many coins or something like that, right?
Nice.
So and one, it gets you to play different games
Yeah.
on top of things. So now you've kind of targeted me on the Xbox
Yeah.
side, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I never would have played this thing, and now I'm like, hey, I kind of like this game. It's on
Yeah.
my Game Pass.
Yeah.
Let's get into it,
That's
right?
dope.
So like that's that side of it, and of course the Bing side. I was playing with the the AI chat over there. I think we get something
Oh,
from
yo, yeah.
the image creator.
Yo, I just did that for
The image creator is the one I'm using. The Bing
Yeah.
image creator is where I do most of the
Oh,
art for the show. By the way,
I just started using it because
well, it's free and it's pretty good.
it is
so,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm mad because I'm an artist and like
Yeah.
I'm working at Zero Fossil and I'm like, yo, here's your thing, and he's like, oh, that's awesome, and I was like, I used AI, and he's like, oh, that sucks, and then I was like, well, but then I was like, like you're not paying me to sit down and draw this.
Exactly.
Like,
You want to pay
you know
for
what
me
I
to
mean?
take like half a day
give
to
me
do
a
this
half
thing?
a day so I could draw it. I would
Yeah.
love to because
You
they
need
would
me to
build
get this
my
done-
portfolio.
You mean get this done in half an hour, and then I'm going to damn AI right
exactly,
now.
exactly.
Now I am noticing because there was something I think I clicked through either from an email I got or from like a CES announcement or something, and I clicked through it, and everything was like, because if you don't play with it, like you can tell an AI image, right? And you can tell the entire thing was AI image
Yeah.
because nothing was like kind of set in a visual style.
Yes,
And it's got that kind of
yes.
shininess to it, and I'm just like, you just threw a bunch of stuff in AI
It did.
and went
And just
you
went it.
know. And listen, I'll pick the one of the first 2 or 3 choices for the
Exactly.
album art, but like we're doing something
Hey.
like different with that, and it actually does kind of fill our deal. So, and I do go through a couple things, and sometimes I'll make Katie and Riz that look quasi like them sitting on a couch and say, you know what, I'm going with it. We'll do better next time.
Yes, we'll do next
Perfect.
So-
it's cool because they also do the receipts too. So the Google Rewards does play the receipts. The Bing does receipts, and
What do you
then
mean- what do you mean-
Fetch does receipts.
What do you mean by receipts?
So like on Google, on the Google one, they'll ask you if you went to Giant Eagle, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, show me.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
so then you
So-
scan your receipt,
And
and
now
then
you're telling
Oh.
They give you
Google
points.
what you're buying. Katie, how you liking this idea?
She's going to Mason.
Oh, she gonna Mason? She gonna pull her saber out like what?
Well, I mean, it's so they're trying to get it in that game that you get okay, we're in Pittsburgh here, so Giant Eagle, you get the perks
It's a
card.
grocery. Yeah, it's a grocery store.
That's so they can track
yeah
what you're doing.
what you're buying.
You
and-
get the card, you get the membership with Walmart, you get you get the Sheets card, you
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah.
they get to track what's going on. That's market research. They get to follow you on that stuff.
and
right?
I don't care.
So, no, but also go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and you probably, if you've ever seen like Fetch or Rakuten or one of those other apps, if Google might be able to say, hey, look, I got them to purchase this through Google, give me some money.
yeah. Yeah.
So
It all
very sneaky.
goes in.
That's
all
what I
goes
hate
in.
about Fetch. Oh my goodness! Because then, like, if you're one of those people who are just like a compulsive shopper, and you're on Fetch, and they're like, "Hey, you can get 1,000 points," and they're like, "From how?" And they're like, "If you buy us some muffins
yeah,
today,"
yeah,
and you're
we-
like,
we-
"I don't eat muffins."
So it actively comes at you for that stuff.
Yeah,
so
it tells you.
Missy had me get Rakuten, and when she does like a lot of Staples work, so we get a lot of rewards out of it. Okay, there was some Vista print, and I'm like, why did we get a $200 check? What the hell did we do? Please tell me one of your clients paid for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and it is like the client pays for it, and it's just like doing all the business travel and then take all the points and do your vacation, right? So
Yep.
which is that's completely what I do. But it was listen. My client actually recommended that I do it. So,
Well, yes,
it's like, listen, you're going to stay at Holiday Inns, you're going to fly Southwest, and you're going to sign up to every reward program for them.
You're like, thank you very much.
And yes, I have.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I have. So
Yes, I will.
yes,
yes,
I am
I
here. I am
can.
here. I've had extra days in Vegas. Or if you want to stay an extra day and go to Disney or something like
Yeah.
that's been how that works out.
Enjoying the
pretty well.
swingers
I
of
just
Disney.
need one day. Shoot.
What's that?
I need one day.
Yeah, I know. I know. God, it was something like, like 40 days in hotels last year.
Wow.
So it adds up. It adds up a little bit.
with the
And
swingers.
sometimes when they Expedia.com that stuff, you can put it on your account afterwards. That's a hot
That's
tip.
pretty
If
dope.
you put the confirmation in, and now you have it in your thing, they know who you are. They'll give you that extra bottle of water and a candy bar at Hilton, things like that.
Ooh,
so
Fiji, that
yes,
Fiji water.
They know your name.
Mm.
So
That's like Cheers. Like you just walk in.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice after you've been driving for like 5 hours in the middle of the night, and they're just like, "Would you like a candy bar and water?" I'm like, "Yes, I would. I will not say no to these things." So
Like the DoubleTree cookies.
yeah. Oh, don't get me started on the. Yeah, whoa. See you in a couple weeks, Ann Arbor. Yeah, there's an event up there that I was going like 3 times a year for, if not
Hell
more.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
All about the DoubleTree cookies. Anyways, Button Pusher KB,
What's up?
you're still doing Grind City?
I am.
Yes.
That's the awesome thing of the week.
Yes,
It's been an awesome
Listen,
thing of
like
the week.
what,
Every
we
week
were
for
talking.
9 years.
We were talking about your video woes here before the show. Maybe we'll get into it on Patreon a little bit. But I know you kind of like rebooted things a little bit recently.
Yep.
I gave everybody the heads up on what's going on in Grind City. Like what's going on? You got a whole studio over there. I need to check out.
Yes.
And I love it. Just seems like a bigger extension of what you were doing at PCTV with cable access before. And so what's going on at Grind City?
Oh wow. So yeah, we kind of broadened our reach a little bit. Since the last time I was here, I had only had just the studio and the TV network on Roku. We since got our own radio station and magazine. So we're covering a larger area of media as an outlet and as a plug, depending on which angle you come at us. So we're just looking to make sure that independent artists and entrepreneurs have a media dedicated for them.
Absolutely. So, and I know you were looking to, you're kind of expanding this beyond Pittsburgh as well, right? Last I knew.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely had to. I had to. I didn't have a choice. I didn't want to. I love Pittsburgh and the people here. But it's not a place that kind of fosters growth.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to leave it to grow and then come back and say, see, now come on.
That is so many people's story. Here's a little
Nice,
shot if you're on
Scrap.
video of your studio. Is this it looks like, is this a toy
So,
drive you
yes,
guys are doing?
So that's Mr. Scrap.
Okay.
And he's actually, he's been a local artist forever. And he does a lot of stuff with young people in Swissvale.
Mm-hmm.
That's the community that we're in. And so he actually got a $100,000 grant to help rebuild the baseball field in Swissvale. And so every year we have a toy drive, and then he gets dressed as Scrapper Claus.
I love it.
Scrapper Claus gives out the toys. So
Mm-hmm.
we were able to continue that this year. That's just one of the things that we're doing for youth. We're looking to expand our ventures very soon when it comes to young people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, as we were speaking earlier, we have to teach these young people what we do. And it's so funny because they'll come in here and they'll have a phone and do all of this stuff that we have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on.
Oh, trust me. It is interesting the reason like all this equipment I have here, but how much you can do on a phone too.
You don't need half of it, and it sucks because as an entrepreneur, you kind of want the equipment, you want to buy it, you want the investment to say, "Hey, I was disciplined enough to get this for my company," and 3 years later, it's obsolete.
But-
and you don't need it.
But you know what? But you know what you've done is now when you're handed just the phone that can do the thing that you need, 5 items of equipment for, you're that much better at it,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about awesome things, and one of the things that I was thinking about was CapCut. And I'm starting to get a little bit more familiar with CapCut. They have a desktop version, which I absolutely love because I like to
Yep.
work on my desktop.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow, I've been paying for Premiere forever.
Yep.
And After Effects, and I never understood After Effects. To this day, I don't know After Effects, but
You-
CapCut, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, After Effects takes a special kind of discipline.
Yeah. Oh man, bro, it drove me. There were a few things that I'm like, you know what? That's over my mental scope. But I do some videos on my computer for how I like to place things, and then I'll run it through CapCut.
Yep.
Either on my phone or through the desktop, and it just gives me those After Effects that I don't have time to sit and create, or nor do I have the knowledge to create all of them. So that would be my cool thing of the week. Would be CapCut. If you don't know what it is, check it out. It's a video editing program.
I was using it today. That's actually when you see the vertical videos that we put out on social media. Kid was complaining about all the damn places that I put it earlier before the show.
CapCut. I can't stand
CapCut.
vertical. Who came with this vertical video?
Well, it's your
because
phone.
of the
It's a
phone.
phone.
It's a phone thing.
This is fine.
I
The way
fought
this
it for
looks,
years.
It's fine.
I
There's
fought it
nothing
for
wrong with-
years.
I know.
I
I'm
mean,
learning it too.
That's
can't
why I've got
stand it.
everybody make sure they're in the middle of the frame here, so I can
Yes.
fix this later. Okay.
And I can't stand the way Instagram interviews. Oh my God, your face is here, the other face is here.
Oh, I haven't done those. I don't get
I
into those
refuse.
yet.
I refuse. I just will not do it. They're like,
It's
just
like-
put
it's
it
like-
on Instagram. I
But
will
it's-
not.
That's like a split screen back in GoldenEye days. That's what it was, a split screen. It was exactly like that.
Am I supposed
Just in
to-
a vertical
am I supposed to talk
situation.
down to you, or are you talking up? It's like Brady Bunch.
Just
Listen,
look at your
what,
phone.
What
homie.
angle of my chin do you need?
Yeah, right.
Wow. Wow.
But no, but there's a lot, but that's cool. It's a lot of the tools, but it's and again, I'm the same way. I have Final Cut. We have ATEM switchers, and we do professional gigs, but it's also nice to be like. You need to remember to play like, okay, what can I just do on my phone? I mean, I'm looking at you got like 5 camera lenses on that damn phone over there, and I'm like, what are they for?
Well, because I like to pull up on people.
Yeah.
I like to plug my mic in and have my pull up.
I'm
Pull
about to
up,
say,
bruh.
like, you about to pull up.
on
I
people.
know, like,
All
come
right.
on, yo.
Make
I
sure
know
you
what
go-
pull up. Yo, but for real, I don't know what you're
okay,
trying
so
to say.
pull up media. So
Man, you about to
Look,
start.
like man on the street
She
stuff.
about to start.
Man on the street.
She about to start firing on somebody. She like, yo, I'm gonna pull up on you. We
nah,
pull up
nah.
on any time.
So
I'm like, what?
It's really flash media, and
Yeah.
TMZ kind of took it and ran with it. But I like to be live. I love my cameras rolling when I come to an event or something that you're doing, and I like to just walk. Hey, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you doing it?
Pop, pop.
Period. Pull up on you. I think that when I first started doing media, the reason why I started media is because I didn't have any. There was one brother in the city of Pittsburgh who consistently talked about me, and his name is Brother Ash. He would always come to my shows. He would always interview me. If it wasn't for him, then it would have been a harder road for me to travel for you to know my name, right? So I figured, yes, I can be an artist, and yes, I can produce, and yes, I DJ, and all these things, but what need can I fill? And I looked at media when I started working with people who said they did media, and I couldn't get the things that I was asking for from them. So I had to go learn and say, well, what am I asking you to do that's so difficult? And I learned that media is tedious and editing gets on your nerves, and this is what you're charging me for. But I also learned that I can do this. And not only can I do this, I'm going to learn it well enough to teach it. So everyone that is on Grind City TV Network, the TV producers there, knew little about television or podcasting when I met them. And I taught them, I will teach you. So that not only we have quality stuff, because they have their own styles. I don't necessarily monitor what they put out long as it's not extreme. You got freedom over there. But I wanted to start to show people that you still have to have a standard, right? And you still have to have that visual eye candy. Get your logo over there. Represent your brand. Learn how to do these things. So that when we present, every time you pull that channel up, it looks good. What you're looking at looks good. So,
and I apologize on video. It's a little skippy because of the NDI I'm using
that's
tonight,
okay.
but you get the idea.
That's the Bricklayers. They're actually in Houston. That is one of my Houston groups.
Nice.
And the Sip Clip stories are about how they grew up in Houston and some of the things. So they were around DJ Screw when he was alive, and they got the first DJ Screw mixtape. So they're sharing those stories with us, with our audience through our channel. So those are the things that independent media catches that other medias miss. They're starting to get it now because of Instagram and everything's so quick and ready, and everybody got a story to tell now. But when I was coming up, when I was doing what I started to do, those things didn't exist, so I wanted to do
And
that.
it's interesting, like, we were talking about vertical video and everything, but I feel like, the cap cuts, the TikToks, like, the kids that were like just kind of putting random videos on before, like, they're seeing the polish and they want to accomplish that too.
Quickly,
Quick and very quickly, you know, and whatever that style is, that, and understanding those kind of platforms and things like that, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like when I teach, I still teach media for wherever they'll have me. This summer, well, actually this fall, I taught at Anderson Manor on the north side, which is a huge fraternity Alpha Theta Pi has, and they brought this house to teach young people how to cook, how to do art, graphic arts in media. And so I was the media teacher, and it was amazing that the way that I teach was so helpful because I teach on the fly, like I pull up teach. So, like, roll up. Grab your camera, let's go. I'm going to teach you on the fly, right?
Let's go.
And so when they said, hey, come on through, help us with this, I said, man, I got to learn how to edit on a phone because that's something that I did regularly. I would take all my stuff back home. I would use InShot, but for the most part, InShot is very limited. So I had to learn like CapCut and Video Leap and all these different things so that I could teach it. And then I was like, I'm not going to like this. I got fat fingers. I can't see. And now I like it. So I think that we know technology is always going to evolve. It's always going to be greater. But I think what we have here, these toys that we have, we need to learn the process so that if the phone doesn't work, we can still do media. So I love having my toys, and I can't wait for you to come over and make sure I got them running right.
I want to come over and be like, oh, you got to do it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. No, run this wire buttons. I don't want a wire, Mike. Run the wire buttons.
I love it. I love it. Like I said, I'm loving what's happening here, and like I said, we were just talking about media on the wrestling show, and I want to send all the pro wrestlers to you to learn.
Oh man, I would love to teach them because I do teach like stage presence, right? And I think people don't realize.
A great crossover.
Yeah, people don't realize that every moment of your life is even that one, even that. Monkey slings poo moment is stage presence, right? So that whole world is your stage, and you must know how to act on it until you are in the comfort of your home, and even still, you must know how to act, right? So I like to teach stage presence because it reminds us all that there are younger people watching you, and they are taking example from
taking notes.
What you are showing them. And it is our responsibility. I don't care what anyone says. It is still our responsibility to show them something great. And if they're seeing the wrong things, to show them something different.
You know what I mean?
But so if you are, if you have a little bit of polishing with that, with stage presence, and I teach it for hip hop, some wrestling, not a lot. I'm not going to teach you how to body slam anybody, but I'll teach you how to get riled up.
We'll do this stage.
I can't with this guy. I love it.
I love it. Great stuff.
Yeah, just how you can go that calm to that's button pushing.
Let's do it.
That's button
pushing.
pushing.
I mean, pushing them buttons.
We should do an exchange.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll send the wrestlers the media training with you,
yes.
and then you guys can go up to the wrestling school and learn learn the moves.
Learn the moves.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna. No, wait a minute. Yeah, you just talked me into something that I almost agreed to.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Let's do it.
Well, apparently I'm an expert at that.
You put me in
so
a full Nelson, I'm done, bro. My hip, listen.
Well, check it out, grindcity.biz.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Stick
you.
around. We got a couple more stories from CES, some wild stuff going on. But first, I want to give a shout out to our friends that are supporting us on patreon.com/awesomecast. And helping us out there. And we do a little bit extra. We do a little bit extra post-show here just exclusively for you guys, whether we deep dive, catch some stories we didn't get to or anything like that, especially when we have guests like we do have here tonight. Thank you to our friends at the Coffee Club level, Cynthia Klosky at the Fan Show level, Michael Fedor, Matt Weller, John DeGore, and Dave Bonner, spouse of Roost Jewelry Affair at roostjewelryaffair.com. We're still rolling with that in 2024? Is that
We're still rolling with it,
You're still rolling with it? Okay.
We're rolling with it.
Go check it out. So you guys support the show too. Make me say things on the air at patreon.com/awesomecast. And of course, if you got anything, awesomecast at sorgatronmedia.com, anything you want to talk about there. And we're on AwesomeCast on just about every social media I think that exists. If I'm missing one, let me know. I think we got them all. So we're out there. But of course, the biggest conversations happen every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do go live here on the Facebook. A lot of people are in over there from time to time. And as well as we are on the Sorgatron Media Twitch, AwesomeCast YouTube, and we've been on the Instagram lately as well. So if you want to go join us over there at whatever is the most convenient for you to check out, and of course, please subscribe to the podcast. I think I got everything.
Right? Take a deep breath.
Got it.
What the heck do we have here? Katie Potter, what's in the rundown you guys want to hit up? Katie, you got... Katie, what is the not awesome news from CES I'm seeing here at the bottom?
Oh.
Yep, they've chased away most of their sex tech.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So what kind of started in 2019 of the best product was I think what was it? It was a vibrator, and they took it away, the award, because of the feedback they got, and so there was only a couple apparently vendors there this year for sex tech, and which is sad. But so that is the sad thing that is happening at CES. They've scared everybody away.
Well, okay, they scared everybody away.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, well, I mean, that's the and the adult expo isn't until the week after now, so you can't even just cross the hall, so anymore. So, man, I heard there was like 2 items there from one of the shows I was listening to.
Wow.
So. Man,
Going backwards.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
Well, I mean, is that represented at the adult show though? Maybe there's some crossover there going
There
on.
should always
But
be a
why-
crossover. Always. There should
Right?
always be. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Katie?
No, I was agreeing. It's 100%. You can't just like kick people out of the
Right.
It's
like,
tech. I mean,
and-
it's tech.
Yeah.
Right. It counts.
It's like,
It's tech. Like, what do you like? Come on.
grow up.
Yeah. It's okay. It's
Grow
a part
up.
of life, homie.
Grow up, tech pundits.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
go away.
I mean,
You can tell who's active and who isn't.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
This isn't, and CES really isn't I mean, it's mostly a media show.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
if they're that concerned in clutching their pearls,
Well, I mean, it's
you know,
a trade
have
show.
it in an 18+ area.
They just
Yeah.
don't want to
Or
show
you
what
have to
they're
do.
into. That's all.
That's right.
Because they really want it. They
That's
just don't want everybody
ridiculous.
to know they want it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
One show of an attendee said they would play a game of figuring out who would go which hallway, because there's like a split in the halls to which expo you were going to, and you'd see them just kind of stop and look,
Yep.
and before they go,
Clutching their pearls
they're
and going right
There was a
into
game
it.
apparently of sitting there and saying, "This one's going to this show. This one's going to this show. You can tell." It's kind of situation.
Yeah, those aren't
So-
pearls.
No.
Those aren't pearls.
Those are not pearls.
Those aren't pearls.
Show
Not-
title.
Well, you also got to figure most of the sex tech is things that revolve women's and folks with vaginas pleasure.
Well, that explains
And,
it
like-
right there. That explains it.
That's
Anytime women get too much pleasure, cut.
See?
Y'all ain't know.
Yeah.
Cut. That
Yeah.
explains it.
We
Tech,
should
We
tech
know
is
to be happy.
definitely.
we should have known when roadway got overturned. We should have known everything was
It's
going
coming.
on. Yeah, I mean,
It's coming,
Tell
bro.
me it's
First
not the
the-
truth. Tell me
First
it's not
that,
the truth.
now our sex tech. Jeez. Well, we know tech is a very bro thing, so yeah, that makes sense.
Not all.
No, we got. Look at we got.
I'm hurt.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, at that high level.
This little thing is cracking me up. Hey!
Just keep digging,
Don't
Sorg.
forget.
Keep
Don't
digging.
forget. Don't
keep digging.
Yeah, or you can just stop right now. You literally can. It's okay. It's fine.
It's getting better, but I'm just saying, from the top down, unfortunately, it's still a very male thing. So therefore,
Everything's
Yeah.
a very male thing.
yes,
bruh.
unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the part, and
And
the ladies have to suffer. Shit.
that
Moving on, Potter,
was
you got
bad.
something. Save me on this one.
that was
That's
bad.
2 weeks in a row now.
Okay, well, I got I'll do the Apple Watch one, where they did say Apple did, went against the not copyright, but
it was a patent situation, and
the
also
patent
I want to
situation
call
because
out
of the blood
that,
ops.
that Katie had pulled out the prediction that this was going to be like the first of many attacking Apple after this trademark kind of loss for them here, where they took them off
and
the market.
Apple's still fighting it. I'll say this: they're still fighting it.
Oh, this is gonna be 3 years deep.
Oh yeah. But their easy solution right now is okay. So for any phones that are any watches, that are coming in, we're just going to disable the sensor in a software update. Now, if you already have the watch with a sensor, it doesn't get affected. But it's only the ones that are incoming, the ones that would be blocked. Apple's like, okay, we don't want to lose the sales. We'll disable the sensors by software. Therefore, if we win or we settle or whatever, we can just click it back on.
Hack.
And then you find the hack, wink, wink, or you find your friend at Apple knows how to re-enable it on your new Apple Watch, right?
Yeah.
There's gonna be. You don't create a back door without other people walking through that you don't intend.
Exactly.
So,
and also, just because Apple doesn't
I'm
have
not gonna
it.
say it.
No, there's no innuendo there. No
What are
innuendo.
you talking about?
No.
We were just talking about.
I saw you laughing. Anyways, Dave.
We were just talking.
Like I said, this is like and it's a software, so the sensor's still there. So I'm assuming there's going to be some way that a third party software can get side loaded installed if you really want it.
Yep.
If you need the blood sensor, which we picked up one in 2020.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And my watch seems to be a little bit lower. The number's a little bit lower than the finger sensor. Also, you have to keep your wrists still for 15 seconds while it's taking the reading, which I was kind of hoping I could do it like during a run. And that way I could see what my blood ox was while I'm like going up a hill versus going down a hill, or
so you
different ways I can get it. But it looks like it really doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
You gotta be still.
It's kind of like the ECG, right? Where you gotta hold on a thing for like 30 seconds for it to do a reading. So, but it's still there. You don't have to go get another device that's in your oh god I have COVID pack, that in order to do that. So that's kind of nice, So it's just kind of the easy. So we're coming up on our time, and I realized I didn't give my awesome thing of the week.
No.
So I realized I didn't do that. So I just wanted to show something that I found this week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That is
6,
all
7,
of the
8,
iPhones.
9
That is
phones.
that is all the iPhones from. You see the original there is the second one from the end on the bottom.
10 phones.
This is I think 9.
Well, you
9
have one
phones.
right here.
$2 million.
Yeah. Seriously. So these are not all mine. These are ones that like we gave the in-laws and things like that.
Sure.
Over the years. So there's some 3GSs over there too. I just found these all in a bin downstairs, and then I found another small stack upstairs of the newer ones.
Another stack?
That's a college.
It wasn't
fund.
this big. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I didn't realize how many iPhones I've had until I found all these.
Wow.
That's a lot of.
So
Apple
no
silicone
trade-ins
there.
at all.
No, I don't trade in. I'm a keeper.
No,
I am a
you
tech.
ain't getting my information.
Why are
I
you
ain't
keeping
trading.
these though?
Well, one thing, there's certain apps that won't play anymore on the new phones.
Okay.
And by the time that I ran out of use for these things, they're not worth anything to trade in. So there's that. I mean, look at I have an iPhone. We were just talking about iPhone 8 Plus that I have that I'm using for NDI cameras when we do D&D and over shoulder here sometimes. And here's a iPhone X just because.
Just because.
So I don't even know what generation this iPad is. Yeah. So I just thought you guys would like the museum that is my basement apparently. So there you go. It's about wrap up time. Actually, we one more story. Katie, pick one more story here.
Ooh. I want Kid Metal to make a sound of things in my basement.
Yeah, let's do it.
It came from the basement.
Text me so I can remember it.
Then we can all just share things from our tech basement.
Yes, that's where I got that my Sim City. That's where I pulled it out.
Oh gosh. Oh, so like I don't know. I was trying to think. Let's do a Missy story. What happens when we have no power?
Oh,
This is a visual one if you're on the audio podcast, but this was. Do you want to explain what's going on here? or
Boy.
or you want me to?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a picture from the Washington DOT, Washington State. There was a power outage from North Bend to past Easton that has most of our I-90 Snoqualmie Pass cameras down. Power company is working on it. This is apparently a tweeter. No, this is on Threads, it looks like. Here's what it currently looks like. Chains required on all except all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. And it is a lined sheet of paper with a drawing of mountains and cars on the road.
Oh my God.
There's an arrow that says points to these lines that says windy. There's another arrow that points to the road and says I-90. And it says compact snow and ice, and it points at the road. So there is your weather report when there are no cameras. Okay. Oh, wait. There's another one. There's another one here of the state of Washington, and the current highway. The current highway busyness traffic report of the entire state. Busy.
That's
busy. Canadian border busy.
Ferry's busy.
The ferry's busy, and there's a little boat they drew there. The peninsula,
my house,
peninsulas and coast, busy.
Wow.
The gorge is busy. That is fantastic.
Now, there's only one thing missing from this. Hold on. Now, this is going to be, you have to be old to get the reference.
Okay.
Well,
It looks like there's heavy traffic trying to cross among the ferry. The peninsulas and construction bay are also very busy right now on our traffic helicopter. We'll be back to you soon.
KWKRP.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, geez. At least once a month we get a KRP reference on here. Gosh. K-Bay, thank you so much for joining us and joining this insanity.
that was bad. I can't even keep my glasses on with you guys, man. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm cracking up over here.
GrindCity.biz.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being in the studio. Finally get you in.
Once every 10 years.
There
I'll
you
be back
go.
in 10.
Start the clock.
See
Kid
you
Mental on the ones and twos.
do I
Plug something.
Oh, here, look. It didn't even work. You turned it off.
I didn't turn anything off. You're still
Why did it
on.
go down?
I don't know.
I don't know what you did.
I don't know. What are you doing?
Yo, go to kidmental.com, KIDMENTAL.com. I got freebies, I giveaways and everything. It's all crowdfunded. So like fund me, crowdfunded via Patreon or on Twitch as a subscription or buy bits and stuff like that. However you want to send it, donations at kidmental.com/tip. Jar, yeah, I'm saying I do these for you. You could just go to my website and then you could just tell me whatever you want me to sing and I'll sing it for you.
And Katie Dudas, the Dudders.
So we're playing video games on January 31st. Kid Metal, can we have more cookies?
I'll call him and see what's up. You know what I mean? I'll hit up Bed-Stuy. What y'all want? Y'all want some chocolate type of cookies? Tell me what y'all want and I'll order them so we can get them in from Bed-Stuy.
There you go.
Yay.
Excellent. Yes. If you haven't checked out Katie and the Riz, played video games last Wednesday. It's on the Wrestling Mayhem Show feeds. You guys played some old wrestling. Backyard Wrestling 2 you played.
Hey.
Crush Hour, WWE Crush Hour, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. There you go. And of course,
this time I picked the games.
Yes.
This time you picked the games. Yes. So, anyways, and Dave Potter.
Yep. Prod pretty much everywhere on social media except for Twitch. We're ProfPodPGH.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us at Sorgatron, all the places. Our friends will be down in West Dune for Renegade Wrestling Alliance. They'll be live over on the Indie Wrestling Network. And then I will be in Akron, Ohio for Extreme with just an X, by the way. Extreme Kickboxing. I'm going to be helping out with some production there. So I'm not the number one on this, but I'm actually the backup number one if the flights don't come through. And judging it's taking 3 days of canceled flights for Missy to get home from California, I think I might be running a show on Saturday. Because my contact's coming in at like 3:30 day of the Cleveland from California. Let's see how that goes. The way I heard CES was a mess for everybody coming back. Wow. Wrestlers going across country have been messed up all over the place over the weekend. It's been like when WWE has to alter the plan because of weather, there's a problem on Monday Night Raw, right? So thank you guys so much. Stay tuned to Patreon. If you're with us, we're going to have some more discussion here. We might talk some video tech. I don't know. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.